Hello and welcome back to English in Quiet. If you're on the bus, in the kitchen, or in bed with your phone a little too close to your face, we're glad you're here.
Yes, if you are under a blanket saying, I will start my productive night in 3 minutes, I respect the lie.
It is a very human lie.
After work, I open an English app and suddenly it feels like the app wants a formal meeting with my last two brain cells.
And today's episode is for that moment when you want to keep English in your life, but a full lesson feels too heavy. We want to help you with English and with life today.
If this kind of quiet, practical English helps at the end of a long day, you can subscribe and come back for the next one.
And if you're around B1 or B2, stay with us. Some parts may sound a little richer, but we'll keep the English clear, natural, and useful.
You don't need every word. Stay with the main idea, and you can always come back later for a second listen.
The main idea today is simple. Many adults do not stop learning English because they stopped caring. They stop because the shape of study often clashes with the shape of real life.
Real life says, commute dishes messages one strange email. And a study plan says, please be fresh and focused for 45 minutes.
Exactly. After work, the problem is often mental fatigue.
Useful phrase. Mental fatigue means your mind is tired.
Right. You're not lazy, your attention is just low.
You can scroll somehow, but one grammar task feels impossible.
So the question is not, how do I study harder? The better question is, how do I keep my English alive when my energy is low?
I like that. Keep it alive. Not perfect, alive.
Yes, because if the habit stays alive, progress still has somewhere to grow. Here's a big distinction. Ambition and continuity are not the same thing.
Ambition says a good study session should be long, focused, beautiful, and maybe involve tea and a new notebook.
Continuity says a good study session is one that actually happens and can happen again. Tomorrow,
Oof, less glamorous, much more useful.
on a tired evening. 1 minute that really happens is often better than a perfect plan that never starts.
So if I say one sentence in English after work, I still count.
You do. Small still counts. And if your routine has fallen apart lately, you are not the only one. This happens to many people. Another key idea is activation energy.
It sounds scientific, but the feeling is simple.
Yes, you sit on the sofa and think, I should study English. Then your brain imagines 10 steps.
Choose a lesson, find headphones, focus, take notes, and realize you have no energy left.
Exactly, the task becomes heavy before it begins.
I do this with exercise too. Suddenly I need shoes, water, courage, and maybe a new life.
So the start has to be tiny, really tiny. Because often, starting changes your mood faster than thinking about starting.
Thinking is where I become dramatic. Starting is where I become normal.
Very true. So instead of study English tonight, try say one sentence.
Just one.
Just one. Like, today I solved a problem with a client, but it took longer than I expected.
That works because it is real.
Yes. Your day becomes language. For 1 minute English to work, it needs to be concrete.
Concrete means clear and specific.
Right. Review vocabulary is too vague when you're tired.
My brain hears that and leaves the room.
But repeat one phrase 5 times is easier.
Like, I need to wrap this up tomorrow.
Meaning, finish it.
Or, I was caught off guard.
Meaning surprised.
Or, it slipped my mind.
A gentle way to say, I forgot.
Much kinder than shouting at yourself.
Another option is a 3-word recap. Late meeting, heavy traffic, instant noodles.
Mine could be cold coffee, group chat, regret.
Very honest. Or do a tiny retell. 1 minute about a delayed train, a hard email, or a good lunch break.
Not your whole autobiography, just one small moment.
And that matters because real moments are easier to remember. They stay with you. Another practical point is this. When you're tired, habit design matters more than motivation.
Yes, motivation is unreliable after work.
But design can help. You can pin 5 prompts on your phone. What happened today? What was difficult? What went well? What will I do tomorrow? What am I feeling now?
So tired to you does not need to invent anything.
Exactly, you can also save one audio clip to shadow, or keep a shortcut that opens your voice recorder immediately.
Less searching, less friction.
Right, friction means little obstacles that make you stop.
So we are not saying be stronger. We are saying make the path shorter.
Yes, kinder and smarter. And tiredness is not one single state.
There is I can still function tired. And there is please do not ask me to choose a password tired.
Very true. So your habit needs levels.
Not one standard for every night.
On very low energy evenings, the habit should feel almost too easy. One sentence, one phrase, 3 words.
Survival mode. English.
Exactly. On slightly better evenings, do the stronger version, a 60-second retell, short shadowing, or a 2-line note.
Same habit, different size.
And both count. Think of Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday, long meeting, quick dinner, blank mind. You record, I was exhausted today, but I finished the report.
Less than a minute.
Thursday, a little more energy. You speak for 1 minute about a mistake at work and how you fixed it.
Still the same system.
Yes, and that protects you from the all or nothing cycle.
The cycle of I missed one day, so now I avoid English because feelings.
Exactly, a small daily standard makes restarting less dramatic.
No heroic comeback. Just return.
Quiet progress, you can begin again. And for adults, success is not only intensity, it is return.
Can you come back tonight, even briefly? Then the habit is still alive.
Also, 1 minute may grow into 3 or 5 minutes.
Because once you begin, resistance can drop.
Yes, but the extra time is welcome, not required.
Good. Tired people do not need a trick.
They need a method that respects low energy. And there is a language reason this helps. These tiny sessions keep English active in your memory and connected to speaking.
You build useful English for real life. Delay, pressure, relief, confusion, small wins. Tomorrow's plan.
Exactly. Deep study still matters, of course. But 1 minute English is a bridge, not a full curriculum.
A bridge keeps the door open.
And over time, English feels less like a performance and more like part of daily life. A sentence after dishes, a phrase on the walk home, a quick recap before sleep.
Okay, let's go over a few useful phrases.
Yes, a few useful phrases before we go.
First, mental fatigue.
Your mind is tired. After that meeting, I had mental fatigue.
Second, activation energy.
The energy you need to start. Opening the app takes too much activation energy tonight.
Third, wrap this up.
Finish it. I need to wrap this up tomorrow.
Fourth, caught off guard.
Surprised when you were not ready. His question caught me off guard.
Fifth, it slipped my mind.
A gentle way to say you forgot. Sorry, it slipped my mind.
Sixth, on autopilot.
Doing something without much thought. After dinner, I scroll on autopilot.
Seventh, get back on track.
Return to the right direction. After a busy week, I want to get back on track with English.
Eighth, begin again.
Start again without too much drama. I missed 2 days, but I can begin again tonight.
Keep those. Use them this week.
One small thing before we finish. Tonight, do one of 3 things.
Just one.
Record one sentence about today. Say one useful phrase 5 times. Or make a 3-word recap in English.
And if you want, put it in a note called 1 Minute English. Help tomorrow you.
Yes, make it easy.
Before you go, tell us in the comments your 3-word recap of today in English.
Maybe late bus, spicy noodles, strange email.
Or clean kitchen, sleepy brain, tiny win.
Read a few other comments too. It's a nice place to practice real English and help each other.
Borrow a phrase or just tell someone, same here.
If this episode helped tonight, you can like, subscribe, and send it to someone who needs a gentler way back into English.
The friend who thinks progress only counts if it hurts.
We disagree.
Respectfully.
We are glad you are here. If your energy is low these days, it is okay. Small still counts, and you can begin again.
1 minute looks tiny, but tiny is not nothing.
It can be the bridge that keeps your English alive.
Next time, maybe we can talk about fitting listening practice into a crowded day.
I would like that.
Me too.
Take care, keep your tiny promise if you can, and we will see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.